Close your eyes and imagine a line. You know exactly how long it is. Now open your eyes and imagine 7 other people standing next to you, and every single one of them confidently tells you that line is the wrong size. They are not hesitating, they are not joking, they are absolutely certain. What do you do? Do you trust your own eyes or betray yourself just to fit in? Today we're diving into one of the most famous psychological studies of all time, the Asch Conformity Experiment. A test so simple the results were terrifying. We'll uncover why people collapse under group pressure, why your brain is wired to choose belonging over truth, and most importantly, how you can spot these moments in real life and resist them. The Asch Conformity Experiments, conducted by Solomon Asch in 1951, were born out of a haunting question from the post-World War II world. How could so many people go along with destructive, irrational political movements? Asch wanted to know, could social pressure make someone deny an obvious truth staring them in the face? The study was disguised as a vision test. A single naive participant entered a room with other 6 to 8 people who were secretly actors working for the experimenter. They were shown 2 large cards, one with a single target line and the other one with 3 comparison lines labeled A, B, and C. The task was so simple. Which line matched the target line? The answer was always obvious. Asch proved this with the group control answering alone. Fewer than 1% got it wrong. At first, everything seemed normal. The group answered correctly. But then, on critical trials, the actors altogether chose the wrong line. The real participant sitting near the end suddenly faced a real moment. Everyone else is confidently saying line C, while your eyes are screaming, "It's obviously line A." Your heart races. You glance at the lines again. Then you look at the other people around you. They don't look confused, they look certain. The pressure is not loud, it's silent, it's heavy, it's suffocating. Well, the outcome was chilling. 75% of the participants conformed and gave at least one wrong answer. On average, across the trials, about a third of all responses were wrong. Only 25% of people resisted every time and trusted their eyes. The conclusion was clear. Under group pressure, people will deny even what they can see clearly with their own eyes. So why did intelligent, stable people surrender to something so obviously false? Asch identified 2 psychological engines that drive conformity. Number 1 is normative influence, the need to belong. Most participants admitted later that they knew the group was wrong, but they didn't want to stand out. The fear of rejection was more powerful than the need to be right. Think of teenagers adopting absurd trends or employees laughing at the boss's bad jokes. It's not logic, it's survival. Belonging is an ancient currency. And number 2, informational influence, the need to be right. When everyone else says one thing, you start to doubt yourself. Maybe they see something you don't. Maybe you misunderstood the task. This force grows stronger when the situation is ambiguous. And here is the dangerous part. Once doubt enters, repetition from group can actually alter memory. Later studies found that people who repeatedly conformed sometimes remembered the false answer as correct. Their brain rewrote reality to align with the crowd. But here is the part that few people actually think about. Conformity is not really weakness. It's an ancient survival hack. For our ancestors, standing apart from the tribe could mean exile, isolation, or death. It was safer to be wrong together than right alone. Your brain is wired to protect group harmony even at the cost of the truth. That's why conformity feels instinctive. It isn't just social pressure, it's evolutionary pressure. But the Asch Conformity Experiment also discovered the antidote. When just one other person in the group gave the correct answer, even if that person was disliked, conformity rates collapsed. So the presence of an ally cut the pressure dramatically. One person that disagrees is enough to break the illusion of the consensus. The courage of one makes it easier for others to resist. So conformity is not a character flaw, it is the default wiring of human brain. But you can interrupt it because in social circumstances, it's really important that you don't necessarily conform to the group. Watch for moments of unanimous agreement in groups, especially when decisions feel rushed or illogical. Pay attention when the environment demands a public response out loud in front of others. That's when conformity spikes. And ask yourself, am I speaking my truth or performing the consensus? So, what can you do? Look for private confirmation. Before you echo the crowd, double check your facts privately. When people answered in private during Asch conformity study, conformity dropped sharply. Next, try to find your ally. Scan the room for the quiet person who looks uncomfortable. A single conversation can turn two silent doubters into active disagreeers. And lastly, play devil's advocate. Instead of directly saying you're wrong, ask what if we just tested B just to be thorough? This creates space for disagreement without triggering hostility. And always anchor to your values. Conformity collapses when you operate with an internal locus of control, the belief that your judgment and your integrity matter more than an approval. The Asch Conformity Experiment proved that we are fragile in the face of the group. We betray our own eyes just to fit in. But it also gave us the roadmap to resist. Look for one ally, one question, one voice of dissent can shatter the illusion of unanimity. The terrifying truth, the crowd can rewrite your reality, but the hopeful truth, so can you. If this experiment made you rethink how much of your reality is shaped by others, subscribe to The Dark Mirror. I'll see you on the next one.